Getting back to Iran, part of the reason that the administration cited in 2018, the first Trump administration, from withdrawing from the Iran nuclear deal is that it wasn't comprehensive enough. It didn't cover militias. It didn't cover the missile program and a bunch of other of Iran's activities. Is the expectation that this new agreement would have to cover that?
Well, this is a meeting that's happening, right? On Saturday, there's a meeting. There's no negotiations, right? This is a dynamic where the president has made very clear, and certainly the secretary has made very clear, that Iran will never have a nuclear weapon, and it's just that I think is the focus right now, the nature of what's happened, and Iran's current situation. I think the president's remarks yesterday speak for themselves. That and he's committed to diplomacy. He's spoken about wanting to have a deal with Iran to get this done. And now it's up to Iran, and if they don't want to, it will be very, very bad for them. So those are the two, I think, clear options here.
So this is an initial sort of feel out as to whether to progress.
I think it's touching base. Yes, indeed. But again, it's not a negotiation; it's a meeting, and that's what the commitment is.
And finally, you'd mentioned that Steve Witkoff is going. Is he
Yes.
leading the delegation on?
I can't speak to that, but he will be there. Yes, sir.
Thanks. Can I just follow up from Rich when you're saying it's a meeting rather than a negotiation?
Correct.
The Iranian government has said that it's a matter of they want sanctions relief. Is that something that the United States is prepared to discuss either at this meeting or?
Well, again, I'm not going to get ahead of any kind of conversation or process, diplomatic considerations. Certainly, I can't get ahead of a negotiation because this isn't one. So that's not something I can speak to.
In terms of the goal, I know that you said that not prohibiting Iran from having a nuclear weapon, but in terms of how that's achieved, I mean, there's been some talk in the administration. Is this complete dismantlement of the nuclear program, or is it just verification that's not going to go for nuclear for military ends? Is there an end goal that the administration has when it comes to whether it's complete dismantlement?
I can't speak to their considerations, the contemplations they have, the discussions they have. We do know that there is something very, very clear and distinct that is on the table that needs to be accomplished, and they're certainly. See now, because I have so many opinions, and you're waiting. Sean is waiting for me to kind of. We all have opinions, but what I can tell you is that the very specific thing that needs to be accomplished, which would make the world a much safer place, is to make sure that Iran never gets a nuclear weapon, that there is no room around that fact. And that is something worthy of focusing on at this moment. Yes, Nadia.
Thank you, Tammy. I have two questions.
Yes, ma'am.
On the Iran...
No, you have seven. I'm sorry.
No, two.
All right.
Only two, I promise you. On the Iran talks, is this meeting primarily focusing on preventing Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons, or are they going to discuss Iran's support for proxies in the region, considering there were reports that Iran stopped supporting the Houthis, or alerts not supporting the Houthis? That's my first question.
Right. Again, this is not a negotiation. There aren't things being negotiated in that regard. This has been described to me as something that is a matter of determining what's possible in the conversations. It's a touchback, and that's the extent of what will be happening.